Yeah, so you witnessed
this. A white lady didn't help though, and then she was like shaking, putting the nozzle back on.
What you said she was like a Miss Frizzly type white bitch, or
redhead, clearly has been selling like fountain pens all day in Highland Park or some horse shit. And
a woman who has Googled like how to talk to Mexicans in a non-racist way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But the moment a 55-year-old third-generation Mexican man approaches her at a gas station, and he's waving a tire iron, she assumes the worst.
She flips out. She goes, "They're rapists. They're coming into this country."
She turns into Trump. She goes, "Build the wall. I love to do cocaine at DJ parties. Build the wall."
Well, didn't you say the guy that then helped him was one of those guys that has like a face on top of his face? That
He's got a spooky skeleton.
Yeah, he inked his face over his face.
I think they were doing a theatrical human traffickers thing where he then talks to his boy who's on the other pump, and he comes over and helps him start.
Yeah,
the
they're
car.
probably trying to do the histrionics of like the mafia. Where like the mafia they're like, we got to kill this guy, but I also love to act. So you pretend we're taking him out for a nice dinner. I want everyone to be on cue. These guys sounded like they were doing the same thing, where they were like, okay, so like I'm gonna like hold the tire iron and act like I'm like fucking crazy, and then you
and then you come in with your skull face and you like calm her down and shit because you're a spooky guy.
And by the way, that's how I get pussy.
What?
That's the only scenario in which I get if I have to step in and save her.
You hire two Mexican guys to threaten white women so you can fuck them?
Well, who are very liberal and live in a liberal bubble, and they're so shocked by the event racially and politically that I go back to their place, and then they just start. I just let them unload. I'm like, it's okay, just say we should build the wall. It's fine. Let it all out, sweetheart.
She's the type of lady that like she's on Nextdoor all the time. She thinks she's like a real ally for everybody. She thinks she's like a great person. She lives in an area called Hacienda Heights, and every day on Nextdoor, she goes, "Hey, there's like a Mexican in my neighborhood." Is this weird?
Yeah,
She's not even selling anything.
I only live in a neighborhood called La Cucaracha. Ay, ay, ay.
What were you talking about the other day? That ladies wear big fruit on their head because they're a trompa in a food truck. Ladies that wear big pineapples on there, they just spin all day and then they marinate.
Yeah,
and the guy comes up and cuts a little piece off.
The little
of her.
Chiquita banana lady. Just spinning on a spit.
Just spitting.
Yeah. No, but you're right. These women live in like neighborhoods called like Don't Evict the Mexicans.
Yeah.
That's the name of their neighborhood.
Yeah. But every day they're like, I don't know, I saw like he was like a brown guy with a backpack.
He said he wanted to turn me into a boomerang.
He was holding a giant like RPG, and then everyone's like, that's a leaf blower. Susan, that's a leaf blower. There's a Mexican out front of my house. He's blowing my yard to smithereens.
He had a big pair of scissors on a stick. I think he was trying to reach in my window and cut my head off with them.
Edward Scissorhands. Ma'am, he was trimming the roses.
No, he has to trim the leaves because the branches get too heavy. No, he was going to cut my head off like a big cartoon.
He was climbing a tree really quick. Ma'am, that was a raccoon. That was a rodent of some kind.
Well, why'd he have a mask on? Like a sneaky Mexican thief.
I love when someone gets shaken. I love seeing someone get shaken up a little bit. This white woman, redhead, not a great face, but a pretty nice body.
Sure.
Short red skirt.
What type of car do you have?
It was a Nissan Xterra, plates PC7.
That's why they thought they could approach her, because she was in a Nissan.
They go, oh, she speaks our language.
They go, oh, shit, you're down.
You like to drive like a piece of shit too?
And he has the car where it's like, I don't even know how this is running.
Yeah, he drives
but they
with his
all make
feet.
it to their jobs.
No, he fills it up with rust every morning. That's
where do they get these cars in LA? It's insane. Every maid has one. I didn't even know I go, when did they make cars that small?
He goes, oh no.
When?
He goes, no, I built this. My homeboy, he's a smelter. We smelt this car, man.
They're like in Stuart Little's car. It's so small.
Yeah, they are.
What the fuck?
They're in like a Hot Wheel.
Yeah, they have to make it.
The hardest working guy in LA drives around every day in a Hot Wheel. And he pulls out a ton of material from the trunk and he fixes everything at your place.
Yeah. He's like, I got to make it to the reservoir because that's where the little booster thing is so I can keep going.
It's unbelievable, man. But hey, man, I don't correct them. Look, it's some things piss me off about the Mexican community out here. Someone needs to stop. Someone needs to let them know that they're saying Jesus' name wrong. It's fucking disrespectful.
They say Jesus.
They say Jesus.
Well, they're talking about one of 19 family members.
They say hola. It's aloha. Learn to speak the language. Folks, come on. Folks. Yeah. Learn to speak a little fucking English.
You walking up to the taco truck, you go, you got the pig upside down. You got to turn it sideways over a big fire
Don't be
pit.
a savage.
Yeah, but no, that woman was going to get beat to death if she set foot in that car. Because that was what the guy was asking, right? Was for her to get in the car and
his
roll
car
it
door
over.
is open, his hood is open, and he's waving a tire iron. He's wearing a wife beater. He's covered in soot.
Doesn't really make sense to be holding a tire iron if you're working on the engine of your car.
But it looked like a dual wielding thing where I think maybe on the other end of the tire iron, I think he was doing something with a spark plug.
Okay, so he was trying. Okay,
I think. I don't know.
It's possible.
He looked like he was waving it very aggressively though. And here's the thing,
that
too.
was his problem.
If you are going to human traffic someone and it doesn't work out, you probably don't play the race card to get out of it.
Yeah, he's trying to sell a white woman in the black market to pay for a spark plug. That was his last-ditch effort.
Like
he's like, what are my options here?
And a 3-pack of Modelo's, tall boys.
Yeah, like he's collecting cans. He's like, all right, we got to find like 2 white bitches.
Yeah, he's throwing white ladies in a shopping cart.
In a big plastic bag, and he's walking through the recycling place. He's like, I got a Sarah Lawrence graduate, and this bitch went to Brown, but she dropped out.